only on esportbf.com.
But we're going to see how they get on. As obviously now you're going to have Symthic on the blue side, and their opponents, the Clowns, on the opposing side. And look at that. I'm literally watching graphics being done on the screen. And we've now got Battleclowns on both sides, mate.
No, we don't. I fixed it.
Oh, there we go.
Come on, come on. I'm getting with it. It's taking me a while, but I'm doing it.
Good man, this is good. This is progress. This is progress. Now, look at that. As you can see there, the Clowns getting shut down as they move towards the C point. The B and the C point immediately in the ownership of Symthic. You've got Noosh up there on the platform. You've got Cryostasis defending that B point. You've also got Sexy BR guy in there as well. This is a major problem for Zuflo now, as he's going to come under fire from multiple directions, pulls out the gun, and it's going to be a problem for him, as you've now got Mega Lols moving in as well, and trying to essentially keep them pinned. And they're doing a great job of holding them down right now.
And BR just picked up 2, 3.
Major problem.
They are totally pinned. See, this is exactly what we were talking about in the pre-round. Symthic knows they have Battleclowns stuck in a corner with 1 flag. What are you going to do in that situation? Do you want to push it? You can push it. It's easy to push. You can make a coordinated push and, maybe make them switch spawns, or you can just pin them in. And the game will eventually spawn them out, spawn them and see okay, these guys are clearly getting dominated. They need a new spawn point, but it takes a while, and you can bleed some tickets off that. That's good. That's good, smart thinking.
Yeah. Now, one thing I am noticing here, I don't know if you saw it, the likes of Sexy BR guy and Cryostasis kind of pulled back a little bit from the B point to try and draw the enemy into a killing zone to be able to then shut them down and basically get the advantage of the kills and the tickets. And then maybe if they shut down enough of them, would give an opportunity for them to move down towards the A point. However, you can see then that the defensive point of the Symthic guys has been shut down at the C point, and now
it's only up to Nooch.
Guys are on the back foot.
Yeah, Nooch has got to hold the C that B push, while the rest of his team goes to A, and he's getting shot for it, so that's not too good.
Yeah, now the thing is, you'll notice they know that they can see him through the side of the building, in the corner of the building, so they know he's there. They know he's going to cause them problems, and they don't really want to push any harder. And look at that as Herb gets taken down at the same time as Gaviota through the central area, where you've got Mega Lols, who's doing a great job of holding the central corridor. At the same time, as you can see, it looks like the Clowns are pushed in and are taking the A point now, with Tony United, who's doing a good job of trying to take out the enemy. He's low on ammunition, and that's what's gonna be killing him.
In response to you, Jika, I cannot get that option to open for me. I'm sorry. I was trying to do it earlier when I was watching Brett cast before his internet died on him. Unfortunately, I can't get it to fix for whatever reason. Maybe there's a setting in the game options that I cannot access right now. But hopefully I'll be able to open the tab button as much as I can so you can see the scores of the players. BR guy here is melting people.
Wow. Yeah, press F in chat to pay your respects to Brett's internet connection. So let's just see. Now you can see the B flag changing ownership very quickly. Herb then trying to move back in and hold that point. You've got Noosh still up there doing a good job of trying to provide as much suppressive and troublemaking fire as you possibly can. Now that's interesting to see, but you can see here that the evil clowns have the Battleclowns I should say have now got both of those points. So I would say that look at that point there, Noosh with the spawn point onto the B, immediately charging forward with multiple people. And look at that, the advantage taken and the B point changing ownership very quickly.
Yeah, great stuff. Yeah, very well done. They're capping the C flag, capping the B flag. Yes, Brett, hello.
Hit enter.
Enter. Oh.
And then mouse or arrow over to the other one, hit enter again.
I figured it out. Thank you. You're a godsend, Brett.
Continue.
I'm continuing. What is your input on Dawnbreaker, having casted so many games, I'm sure, on Dawnbreaker? What do you... we've been saying that you need to have good rotations, and that's the big thing.
Yeah, it's about rotations, but it's also about that hold. You know, you're mentioning before, one of the things that, and it varies, it's really about just how the flow of the game goes. If you're up against a very aggressive opponent, then you can flip spawns pretty easily. As long as you control that pivot point, which is on B, you can control spawns fairly quickly by reinforcing those two flags from the inside of the map. Now, if you are, or if you're the team that is, you know, very, very aggressive and you can't seem to hold on to those second points, then what you might want to do is try and slow down a little bit. and try and slow push up into B. Get control of the flanks, get a guy over on the ledge. That's a very important position to have. If you're on the C side of the map, that's usually considered the harder side of the map because it is a little bit further away. Plus, the cover isn't all the greatest. You do have a little bit of a high ground advantage over on the A side, but you do want to kind of force your way over to that alpha side of the map. And once you do get over onto A, just lock down A and B. Don't try and push out. One of the things that we saw a little bit earlier was Symthic. They had a couple of players that were getting really aggressive and starting to push up towards B. Now they noticed that they were getting aggressive and they did start to pull back, but it was a little bit too late. You already had some spawns happening over at Charlie. And then that's when they got to make that decision. Do we go for A or do we try and go back and defend? 9 times out of 10, it's going to be easier to go ahead and push the opponent's flag, because most of the time teams are going to start free spawning, which will force those to the other flag.
Sure. Yeah, and what we've got right now is a AB hold by the Clowns against Symthic. They're trapped at C, and they're actually losing C right now, so hopefully Symthic will start spawning outside of C because they need to get some action going on the A and B flags right now.
Yeah, another very rare hold that you would see that is actually pretty devastating at times is if you can actually control ledge but get both the A and the C flag. When you do this, you can pinch players very easily, and it throws the spawns into this really wacky setup. Like, they don't all just start spawning over on C or all just start spawning over at A. They kind of spawn a little bit everywhere on the map, and if you have the one-to-one gun skills to consistently beat the other players, then you can rack up a ton of points with a CA hold. It's very weird. It's very strange when you see it happen, but it has happened.
I have a question for the both of you, actually. When it comes to choosing who's going to play in which position, what kind of player would you choose to basically sit in platform? I mean, would you somebody who's a good fragger, or somebody who's just very sort of, tactically aware of what's going on? What's the choice option?
Is platform the ledge over there towards the north?
Yeah, by the rails.
Across the street from B.
Yeah, so I would stick my player who has the best shot, just like long range shot, and then also I would make sure that he is a very good communicator. I said this a couple games ago when I popped in. That ledge position is critical, not just because he can get kills. I mean, he can get a lot of kills from there, but the communication. He's going to be able to see the movement for like 80% of the map. He'll be able to see in the offices. He's going to be able to see everything on B. He'll be able to basically lock down the movement on ledge as well as that street, and he can see people coming in from A as well. His biggest threat is pretty much going to be somebody coming in like nade spots. Like, as you can see, they've been naded out quite a bit. But like, his biggest threat is going to be up there towards A when they're fighting around planners. Planners has a pretty good head glitch onto ledge and some good nade spots as well if they can time it correctly. So communication, I would say, is probably the biggest advantage. A player that can talk and let his guys know what's going on, where to go, maybe direct his guys around, probably going to be pretty critical there in that spot.
Yeah, can't really argue with any of that. I mean, that's pretty much seems to be the way it's being played right now. And, you've got Nuke, who has literally been a backbone for the defense as far as they're concerned. And they've got a two-point ticket, 2-point cap on it. And the ticket's going to be bled away. But look at the difference. There's not a huge difference between both the sides. And it could be that the 20-ticket advantage they had in the previous round may actually come to help them quite seriously.
Yeah, that is the one frustrating thing on maps like Dawnbreaker, is that I feel like this one, more than a lot of other ones, maybe Siege, you could maybe point to that one as well. But this map seems to be like, if you get a really good lead on it, it can disappear in a fraction of a second. This one is very difficult to rebound if you make a huge mistake. If let's say you're 30 or 40 tickets ahead and you get stuck in an all cap, it is extremely difficult to work your way back out of that if the team knows anything at all about setups. I've seen, and I've been experienced it as well as a player, where we had massive leads and lost it in a blink of an eye because we had one squad wipe that ended up into a near 3 cap or a 3 cap, and it's just so hard to pull back from.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, we just seen Symthic shut down an attempt there by the Clowns to come charging into the B point. And obviously, you've got the likes of Sexy BR Guy and Cryostasis and Megalols, and they were all defending that point through the building, also from the platform and from rails, as Nuke has now moved away from that. So it looks like Sexy Biago is shut down, so it means they're going to lose the ownership of the platform. But I don't. Oh, look at that, 24-18 difference in tickets. I don't think they're going to be able to turn it around, unfortunately. As far as the Clowns are concerned, I think it's Symthic have a advantage now when it comes to the ticket numbers. They've just got to keep the burn going.
Well, I think that's game there, because Symthic would have 20 points up here. Well, actually, yeah, you have the 20 no matter what, so there's not much Clowns can do. They've pretty much lost at this point. They lost 13 tickets ago, so very good games to Clown and Symthic. Obviously, keeping it within 20 tickets for the last 5 minutes of the game, it's pretty good. That's they did a very good job, and Symthic just pulled out a little bit on top at the end.
Yeah, that's one of the special things about this particular mode when it is good. Like this mode, it does catch a lot of flack. It's not my favorite from Battlefield 4. I definitely like Squad Obliteration a lot better. But in terms of just like really, really intense games, like when they're really two close teams, you can get some just amazingly clutch moments coming out from like low, very, very low scoring games.
Only on esportbf.com.